what did you think of what Microsoft had to say? And Phil Spencer said it was going to be games, games, games.
He didn't lie.
You're a man of your word.
He did not lie. Yeah, that was. It was quite literally 90 minutes of games, which I thought was great. I mean, that's exactly what they needed. They got all the, they got stuff about price drops and about apps and updates and everything out beforehand, which was really wise, and especially in hindsight, after seeing Sony, it was extremely wise because they didn't have a lull in the middle, and they assaulted us with games, and I loved it. It was games. It was all sorts of games. It was exclusives. It was indies. It was third-party games.
They're back to opening with Call of Duty.
Yeah, I mean, I like that Call of Duty demo.
Yeah, no, I did too. I was just saying they usually open the show with Call of Duty. They're sticking with tradition.
I lost $1 of Bernie Burns' money to Greg Miller. Thinking,
is that a math problem?
Just forget
Bernie.
Forget about it. Yes.
Could you bet some of Bernie's money my way?
Maybe next year. But so what was your favorite game of Microsoft's showing, guys? Destin, I'll start with you.
Oh boy, put on the spot.
All right, Mitch, I'll start with you. Crackdown.
Nice.
Yeah.
Why?
Good choice.
Why? Because I'm just happy to see that game again, honestly. I know it was just a CGI trailer, but it gives us an idea of what they're going to go for with gameplay, and that's explosions. And that's what made the first game great, right? You pile up all the cars, and you just put a bunch of grenades on them, then blow them up. And it was beautiful.
Mitch and I just did a Rewind Theater a little while ago about that trailer, and the one thing we're both really hoping for is like Battlefield levels of destructibility in the environments. Like if that's an actual thing, if I can find that skyscraper and just tear it down.
4 people teaming up to take out a building. With
and I love that sort of fun cartoony art style.
Well, it's actually, I was going to bring that up. I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Because the art style was clearly evocative of the first game, the more like just darker nighttime, the neon look. There was nary a zombie or anything to be found. Everybody, Crackdown 2, widely regarded. Microsoft would say it was a misstep.
It's almost like Dave Jones is back in charge.
It's almost like he is because he is.
Whoa. Davy Jones.
Davy Jones has come out of his locker.
DJ, they call him.
Was the announcer the same guy?
Nice.
Was the announcer the same guy from the first game?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
same agent.
Yeah.
Time to do things.
Yeah. Time to suit up.
That's my favorite objective, is just do things.
Do things, agent. But 4-player co-op campaign. They showed that, I hope we'll see. So the one player was driving the semi-truck.
Yeah. With 1 million sticky grenades on it.
Yeah, and what I'm hoping is that it's like Crackdown 1 where as you level, your vehicles level up too.
Yeah.
Remember that? When you would get in a car and it would, because you were badass, it would transform into a better version of itself.
I completely forgot about that.
I forgot
that.
That
is such a cool feature.
God, Crackdown was so good.
It was and it wasn't. It was a great idea.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I gave it a 7, which Microsoft Game Studios president Shane Kim never failed to give me crap for. Every time he saw me thereafter, it was like, Crackdown a 7, huh? I was like, yeah, it was 5 hours of awesome, and then that over and over.
Well,
and then
where's Shane now?
Huh? Where is he? He's retired and living fat off of 20-something years of Microsoft
Crackdown money. He'll be all right.
Yeah, he's fine. Don't worry about Shane Kim. Where's Jay Allard? That's the bigger question.
Yeah. I thought we could go one episode about him.
The ghost of Jay Allard is somewhere in this.
He's in here. He's haunting this place. But Crackdown was it for you. And that was their closer. That was what they sort of, they went with that and then a sizzle reel. I guess I'll just go ahead and bring it up now while we're on the subject of the end of their conference. I thought that was, if Phil Spencer was a boxer, he was just relentlessly pummeling the opponent, being in this weird metaphor, the audience, and just game.
Everyone walks out with black eyes. Scott Lowe has a bloody lip. Lucy's limping.
But I really thought there would be a cinematic Halo 5 CG trailer as that uppercut knockout punch to close the trailer.
You kind of got that with Master Chief Collection, though.
But
that trailer had the CG.
It had a hint of red team, blue team running at each other. And it did also say, by the way, arena multiplayer, which is key because that's sort of what the first 3 Halo games were arena multiplayer, where it was go fight for the power weapons. It wasn't like Halo 4 where you had, or Reach, where you started with a loadout.
Yeah.
So I do wonder if if the word arena is a hint. I may be looking way too much.
Yeah,
into it.
I thought the
that'd be
first
cool.
thing that we saw in that CG trailer was an armor ability.
Well, no, they said they have new abilities, but not armor abilities.
Interesting.
Different thing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
One thing I really liked, you said he really pummeled the crowd, but he was really classy the whole time.
He was.
He didn't pull any, he didn't talk smack or anything.
He
about
did
anybody.
mention
And
Sony and Nintendo at the
At the
top.
beginning, in
yeah.
terms of, hey, this is a week for games. Like, this is a week
Yeah.
for rad games, and we've seen rad games on every console.
Yeah.
And
I really
thought
respected that.
And those little interludes of developers and celebrities saying what their favorite game was.
Right.
You had Nintendo games.
Whereas,
you had
you
PC
know,
games
I know
get
we're
brought
an
up.
Xbox podcast, and we're not here to start fanboy wars, but yeah, it's like the Sony conference. Last year they were big with they shanked Microsoft a couple times, and even this year they took the little jab with the camera thing in their conference, and also they took a shot at EA too. So they were
that was
blowing
weird, right? It's like, hey, they make games for your platform. What are you
Why can't
doing?
we just celebrate the PlayStation as a platform rather than, I don't know. Yeah, you're right, Destin. I think Phil Spencer did a great job of just keeping classy San Diego.
Yeah.
But
I like
it was
that a
just
lot.
one after another. There were such awesome games. I mean, obviously there's a very early CG trailer. This game's not coming out for a while, but Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Big surprise.
That got everyone really excited. The
I didn't
Sunset
know what it was for a while.
Yeah, the Sunset Overdrive demo was great. I mean, it was after sort of very serious, grim shooters. It was nice to have something to sort of poke fun at that.
It was so meta too.
Yeah, and it was so
great.
that was Insomniac getting back to Ratchet and Clank days. It's sort of like the non-resistance or Fuse or whatever that game was called. We don't know if you remember what that game was
No, we
called.
don't. Ted Price forgot.
Yeah, I mean that stuff was great. I loved the going to the indies. I loved Inside, the follow up to Limbo, which
Inside.
I don't want to say I
Yeah.
called last week.
That's
but I
my-
called it.
So
I
There was
started
a lot of
clapping
Yeah.
as soon as I saw Play
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
Top 3 for me out of the Microsoft conference: Master Chief Collection, which I was excited about as it is, but I was lucky enough I got to see it ahead of time, so it wasn't a super surprise to me and it also leaked out anyway, time and time again. So imagine if that game hadn't leaked at all and it had just been a shocker on stage. That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Mitch would have jumped out of the
But
building.
yeah, I think Master Chief Collection, Crackdown for me, and Inside were the 3 super clear. I mean, at first I thought Inside might have been Limbo too, because it was sort of a similar
Black and white, little
style,
blur,
little
right?
color, red. We had red, some
color?
tones.
I'm very happy to see that studio, present something finally. It's been a long time.
For
and
4 years or
I
more?
interviewed them 2 years ago, and they were like, "Yeah, we are thinking about maybe doing something. I don't know."
I mean,
They
if
were
it's,
so
like, if
big.
it's like a handful of dudes and they made a lot of money off Limbo,
Yeah.
chill out.
time.
Ori and the Blind Forest, guys. This
Yeah,
was
good
another
surprise.
digital download.
Yeah.
Did either of you happen to play this
Haven't
yet?
yet, no.
I'm seeing it tomorrow.
Great. I got to play it. I really liked it. It's a puzzle platformer.
Yep.
Smart, colorful.
Yeah,
really
great art
liked it a lot.
style. Really strong
Quick,
art style.
cool story about the developers on this game, Moon Studios, which I didn't know until I was waiting in line to play the game at the Microsoft event last night. And so one of the developers was standing there. He said hello to me as we started talking a little bit. A guy named Thomas. And it's like, so it's like, where are you guys based out of? You're a new studio? It's like, well, we're actually not based out of anywhere.
They're in space?
Sort of. They all live in different places.
Oh, that's cool.
And they just work on the game and put it together.
It's fun. Yeah, I've heard a handful of indie studios recently have said that, and I feel like that's pretty cool. It's kind of like a...
Some of the guys making Rust are doing it.
Some of the guys,
Yeah.
why do you always have to bring up Rust? You can bring up Dota too.
Yeah,
Dota
that's how they
2
made Far Cry
also.
2.
Well, and you've got to figure Microsoft doesn't mind backing that game, so it's like, well, that's way lower costs for us. We don't have to we don't have to pay for a studio.
Yeah, it's like a
for
dude
these
in
guys.
Portland. This guy in
No
Tallahassee.
HR.
Yeah,
no
exactly,
nothing.
exactly. Yeah, that game looks really cool. I guess we should say we're recording on Tuesday night.
Tuesday night,
the first open night of the show, so we
Yeah.
haven't got to see everything that we've wanted to see.
Correct.
Like
Yeah.
I'm seeing Fable tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
I played it last night. I guess we'll hit it now since you brought
Yeah.
it up. What did you guys, before I talk, what did you guys think of it in the conference?
So conceptually, I always thought Fable Legends sounded really cool. The first demo last year looked kind of weak.
Was that at Gamescom?
but
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the idea of playing a villain and kind of setting up traps for these heroes sounded great. What was always missing is, okay, but what am I doing as a hero? And seeing that trailer, once again, I was like, great! This mechanic looks awesome. I love fighting these things in real time that somebody's sending at me, and the cooperative elements look really interesting. But again, like, what is this story? Because I like Fable for the characters. And then you and I talked, and that was kind of exactly your point.
Yeah.
I'm still not excited for it. I mean, it looks fine, 4-player, cooperative. You know, you're fighting a villain of some sort, but
Right.
it's just not doing anything for me.
Yeah, I love Fable.
I love Fable 2, and I like Fable 3. I wanted another single-player Fable.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not making me happy at all.
Yeah.
If it were not called Fable, would you?
I would have less of a problem.
If it was
with
called Dungeon Master or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I would have. I will say that's definitely part of the problem for me. Is again, we've talked about it before, but there's that line, man. I appreciate developers trying to do something new with a
Definitely.
franchise and not trying to do the same thing over and over. And it's a can't win. It's almost like a can't win
Catch-22,
situation
yeah.
because well, we do the same thing over and over again, we get knocked for it. We try something new and fail, we get knocked for it. There's just that. So there's the smaller chance that they're just going to try something and it's awesome. But yeah, and I'm just not feeling it. It's for me, what I love about Fable is the charm of the world. Is I genuinely feel like bonded to the dog, my dog in the game that's going off and helping me and digging up treasure and stuff, and I like the story and just the world of Albion is an awesome place to explore, and there's none of that. There's not, and also being able to be a hero or a villain, be good or evil, be who I want to be in Fable, and in this game, again, there's none of that. You pick a set class who's pre-designed, who's pre-everything, just a turnkey character, and then one of you gets to be the villain where it's like a pseudo real-time strategy game. It's a D&D mod. It's a Fable D&D module.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's a bad game, but that's just not what I want
Yeah,
from
it's
Fable.
not
And
Fable.
I mean,
I played a little villain last night, and I played another round of hero, and I can't get excited about that game. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm saying it's not
doing it for you
working.
yet.
It's not
Yeah.
working for me.
I think Mitch hit it on the head when he said conceptually it's super cool. It's what Zombie U did. It's what Watch Dogs app does. And I think if there's a creative sort of maniacal person on the other end, that can be really cool. But if the person on the other end isn't very good at what they're doing, it's going to be really boring. Or if they're too good at what they're doing, it's going to be really boring. So yeah, I mean, I'm with you in that camp. I want to play more of it, but yeah, as of right now, I just still want Fable 4.
Dance Central Spotlight. Are you guys happy to see this back?
Oh, yeah.
I like Dance Central a lot.
You can't not like Dance Central. This, I feel...
The guys from Footloose don't like Dance Central because they banned dancing from their town.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is a fact.
That was a movie
That is a
fact.
truth fact.
Yeah.
Did Yubi talk a little bit of smack about Dance Central?
I don't know. I might have missed that.
So they were presenting Just Dance, and
Yeah.
they said something like, "We were first," or something like that.
Oh, I don't know. But Dance Central should have been a launch game last year, so I'm glad it's here now. It would have been a nice thing to have on Connect at launch when there was nothing else
And
for Connect.
it kind of sucks that it's on Connect now that everyone's not going
No,
to have
no,
it on
Connect.
Connect.
Nah,
I mean,
see,
not
I
necessarily.
bet that game will be bundled with Connect when they sell it standalone. That would be the game.
That's fine.
Yeah. Well,
Connect, $120, you get,
The
Dance
machine and
Central.
Dance Central.
right. Okay, let's see. Oh, so this is out now. Just 2 seconds on this, guys. What did you think of the Dead Rising 3 Super
I wanna
Ultra
play that
arcade
game now.
thing? where
Super
it's-
fun announcement. I'm not going to play it.
Yeah.
Dead Rising 3 is not for me, but it's like a bunch of really awesome costumes and powers
And
and co-op.
it's Capcom deep cuts.
Yeah.
You got Onimusha, you got Dino Crisis.
Yep.
I never thought I'd see those two again.
Hagar.
Hagar.
I didn't have any interest in Dead Rising 3 until I saw that.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, it's totally wacky now.
Yeah, and I like its
kind of
big,
want to
dumb,
go into
long
that
name.
world.
Yeah.
And,
right, like Turbo
play that
Ultramax,
way.
Super
Yeah,
Dead
yeah.
Rising 3.
Yeah, that's cool.
Making fun of themselves. I like
Yeah.
that they can do that.
And then the only other Connect game at the entire thing was another Harmonix game, Disney Fantasia Music Evolved, out in October, I believe it was.
That month is
I think it
October.
really
The busiest
show
month
it.
of all time.
Did they?
What?
Did they
No,
show
they
it
just
on
passingly
stage?
mentioned
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So, do we care? Do you guys?
About Fantasia?
Yeah.
Fantasia is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Mitch, you sold me on it a while ago, just saying, like, it seems like sort of that weird, serene, it's like flower combined with the music that I want to hear.
Yeah,
and it's
in
motion-based.
weird remixed ways.
Yeah, yeah.
Harmonix is not. They don't mess around when it comes to rhythm games.
That is true.
It's a really hard, abstract game to try to describe mechanically, but it really works in practice.
And then, one more thing I want to touch on, because this upset me. I want to see if I'm just crazy. But so Project Spark was shown again, even though it was shown last year.
I know what you're going to say.
And it's, I guess it's officially releasing soon. It's been in open beta or closed beta. I don't know, some sort of beta. At the end, they're doing a Conquer pack.
What is it?
I guess just Conquer stuff that you can build with, like so maybe the world, maybe you can make a giant Mighty Pooh or something and a Conquer, but
It was the great Mighty Pooh.
It was like a big F you to Conquer fans. That's what I thought.
Well, Conquer is a big F you to Conquer fans. Conquer is.
No, stop it.
I'm going to
People
go
like
out
that
there and say
game.
Conquer is the dumbest character Rare has ever created,
Yes.
and they got grabbed by the spooky ghoulies, and they got what are those talking cars were on the N64, the dump truck game, Blast Core.
Oh, God.
That was fun.
They have Perfect Dark Zero. They got the dumb Connect stuff. Conquer's an idiot.
You stop it.
No, I'm with Marty. Conquer blows.
Conquer is like attitude. Conquer is the worst thing about the late '90s. Conquer is
the describe.
Did you play Conquer's Bad Fur
Yes,
Day?
I did.
As a child, I thought it was
I
childish.
played it as exactly.
It is a bunch of funny parodies of
It is
pop-
It's such-
low-hanging fruit.
Exactly.
It is an Austin Powers
Well,
movie.
in any
The
case,
fact that people like it though, and that they're taking that character and just shoving him into Project
like, well,
Spark.
No.
What
hey-
does that do for Spark? And what does that do for the fans of the game?
it's,
Nothing.
hey, Conquer is back, but you have to play this not horrible, this creation game you don't care about.
Yeah.
In order to get, it's like, no, that's,
It was weird that we had 3 creation games at the Major 3.
well, that and,
LVP, Mario Maker, and
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
that was my
Mario Maker's good.
least favorite trend at E3. I don't know if you can call 2 things a trend, but Conquer in Project Spark, no.
Big trend.
And The Last of Us in Diablo 3.
Both
yeah.
of those are. Both of those are. Okay, just let me say though, if Banjo and Kazooie were in Project Spark, I would quit and work on whatever that team is. Like this is the Sparksters or whatever.
Sparkster. Team Dakota.
Please
There
tell me
was-
that's their name.
So there were some
What
other
team
cool
is that?
announcements though. There was Kamiya's
Well,
game.
Yeah,
I don't wanna
we'll
get
get
too
to
far
that. We're
ahead.
going to talk about Xbox 2015 in a little bit in the show.
Ooh.
So real quick to recap, what would you grade Microsoft's conference, guys?
On the IGN scale or on school?
So how about let's just go school scale for simplicity. Mitch,
Well, in Canada, we have satisfactory and not
Oh, get outta here.
satisfactory and fail.
I went to.
So
It was satisfactory.
it was satisfactory.
We had 1
No, I
through
thought
4 when I was in.
I thought it was really, really good. It was games from top to bottom. It's a
Yeah.
lot of games I wanted to hear about. There was some all right, I don't care moments, but overall, I thought it was fantastic.
so
B plus, A minus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that
I'm
in
right
line with my thoughts?
I'm
I
right in
don't know.
between A minus B plus. I think it was the best.
there
of it.
isn't anything between B plus and A minus.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
A minus minus or B plus minus.
B plus
B plus plus.
That's
B
not a
plus plus.
thing.
That is a thing in Wisconsin. Yeah, to me it was the best. It was the first and the best of the 4.5 conferences.
Destin?
Just a solid B.
Yeah.
I think there were a few lulls, like just things that didn't
Lulls.
interest me as much. But yeah, just a B.
Yeah. A minus for me. My severe disappointment, not severe, but my main criticism, if it were, is a lack of a Halo 5 trailer lack of a huge closer.
They needed
Conquer.
a gameplay uppercut at the end. Gameplay trailer.
The fact that it was
big
just
ending.
games was so good. I almost want
It
to go to
was.
an A just because they didn't put any of that BS in
It
there.
flew
That's
by.
true.
We were
yeah.
sitting there, we're covering.
Yeah, I was bummed out when it was over.
It was
Yeah.
it was so quick. I was like, wait, it's been an hour and a half already? Wow. So those are our post-conference thoughts.